My name is Kelly Herbig. I am a virtual content specialist for special education, social studies grades 3 through 5. And today I'm going to show you one more way that you can use the website Newsela to differentiate the social studies curriculum for your students with special needs. Another just quick overview, Newsela is a website that takes content from trusted sources and then creates student-friendly articles at multiple reading levels. So you've seen this if you watch the past few videos, and it's just a really wonderful resource for differentiating for students with special needs. So again, here's just another quick review about why it's so important to do this work. We want to provide level texts because we want to make sure that students are able to successfully access the content that we want them to learn. And if they're given an article that is a few levels above where they can read independently, then that's going to become a challenge. So why not use this resource, Newsela, to ensure that students have access to lots of texts at their level, ensuring that they learn the content you're trying to teach in social studies. So today we are specifically going to be looking at how to use Newsela to support the social studies curriculum in the grade 5 unit 3 United States case study. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create text sets. All right, so here is the Newsela homepage. You should be logged into your account. And the first thing that I want to show you is how you can find some pre-made text sets. These will be maybe a little bit outside of the social studies curriculum you're teaching, but still really worthwhile to check out. Here are some featured text sets that Newsela created. Let's say you wanted your students to read about Women's History Month. You can click this and see that there's a topic overview and even 2 lessons that you can teach in your classroom. If you click here, you'll have access to a PDF that has all of the resources and all of the lessons for you there, including any materials you might need to complete those lessons. So I definitely recommend checking out the pre-made text sets that Newsela creates to see if there's anything that lines up with your social studies curriculum or anything else that you're teaching in your classroom. But I also want to show you how you can create your own text set. So thinking back to that 5th grade social studies unit, let's say I wanted my students to read a text set on the civil rights movement of the 1960s. I would start by just going to the search bar and maybe typing in a topic or a phrase that I know will bring me to articles about that. I'm just going to start by typing in civil rights, but I could also probably type in Martin Luther King, Jim Crow laws, Montgomery bus boycott, anything like that. And I'm already starting to see some really great articles that would work in a text set on the civil rights movement. Let's take a look at this one. Organizations of the civil rights movement. Yeah, this is definitely something that I think I would like my students to check out. So once I've read through it and decided that it's a resource I want to use, and maybe even edited the written portion of the activities based on the learning goals I have for my students, I'm going to go up to the top here where it says Add to Text Set. And then I'm going to click Create a new text set. And that will bring me to a new text set. I can edit this text set by clicking this little tool icon. For example, I'm going to want to change the title. I could even change the description down here if I needed to. And even from right here, you can search some articles. My computer's just not working right now, but that's okay. So I'll go ahead and click save and exit out. Oh, continue editing, and we're going to click save. There we go. Now it's renamed to be the Civil Rights Movement. And for me, this is the easiest way to find more articles to add to my text set because I can actually preview them by just going back to the search, typing in the topic that I'm looking for, and previewing articles. This one looks really great. So I'm going to go ahead and add to text set. And now instead of clicking create a new text set, I'm going to click the text set that I just created. And now it's added. I'm going to go back and search for a few more. Add to text set, Civil Rights Movement. Now, here is my text set. I'm starting to collect articles that I want my students to explore. There are a few things that I can do with this text set. I can share it on Google Classroom, or I can just copy a link if I want to just have a regular link to email to my students. I can also create an assignment. Maybe I want my students to do a research project on the civil rights movement to supplement their learning in the social studies curriculum. I can collect the sources for them and write the instructions right here. And once I add those instructions, I can click assign. And now my students will be assigned not just one article, but a text set of articles. So this is how you can create and use text sets on Newsela. There is one more feature that I want to show you that you can use to support your students on the Newsela website. Let's say you want to read this article with your students. Maybe do some guided reading or some shared reading. You might have your students on Zoom or Google Meet, and you can click present. That brings you to a clean version of the article that you're reading. And check this out. You can highlight and annotate as you read. So this is a really great way to add in some guided reading or some shared reading that surrounds social studies topics from the Passport curriculum and supports your students with special needs, not only in accessing the content, but also improving their reading and writing skills. Overall, Newsela is a really great tool. It helps you differentiate for students with special needs by finding articles at different levels, by giving them an interactive way to annotate, respond, and take notes on the text. And it just gives you more resources that you can use to teach the Passport to Social Studies curriculum. I hope that you can see the value in Newsela and use this tool in your classroom to support your students with special needs as well.